26.
Welcome to Friday Night D&D with DM Kalsto, and thank you very much for the raid. This is starting out.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
We just finished putting some of Nick's newer character card together, and he has way too much AC, but that's my fault. So I had to look at it twice. I was like, wait a minute. Like, yep. Oh, shit. So this should be a very interesting thing.
Don't you worry. I'm going to be giving you plenty of opportunities to try and hit me.
So don't worry. You know I'll take them. But anyways, picking up where we left off last time, you guys had returned from the jungles to Curzon, caught up with some of your allies and friends, learning that there was going to be a combat strategy meeting, so to speak, that was occurring the following day. You guys had a couple of thoughts of wanting to expose the supposed, what was our official term? The copycat?
Yep.
For Deft. Unable to kind of locate them, you decided to take this opportunity, deeming that obviously if he was here, then he wasn't at home, and decided to go pick up some of Deft's old things out of his previous basement. Half the party split off, went that way, half the party remained back in Curzon. You guys had gone down there, found this individual who was apparently a dragon that Deft had captured at some point. And you also found a very familiar individual in a crystal that you were able to communicate with. Deft kind of caught up with his mentor, left a sending stone behind in case, we need to send a message to him, or just wanted to make his life a little bit more entertaining. And right as we were getting ready to wrap up, all the lights had turned red, and you guys had all exited out in kind of the main hall, which is where you find yourselves now. So, with the lights all completely red, the four of you, what do you wish to do?
All right, come on, get up, you two.
Why is
You
my
don't wanna
mini
stay
map
right
button
here.
going?
Is your what button not going?
The you know how you could click your token to open the map?
Mhm.
You can't.
Are you on a
anymore.
map?
Yeah, where's
You
the
need
token
to
Yeah.
double-click your picture and token, and then there's like a little
It'll bring one up for there.
crosshair beside your token.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they changed it.
Yeah, we outie.
All right. So basically, it's a main cylinder that has those three doors that went off of it. So you're kind of back in that main room now. How do you get out of here?
Are our two dragon friends roused, or what's their status?
I mean, one's kind of weak and one's kind of woozy. You guys feel fine more or less at this point. So you run out, there's the lift that goes up, and then there's the other doors.
All right, come on, let's get you two onto the lift.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only way out.
It's the way we came, wasn't it?
Probably
You're
more
never to the lift.
symbolically than anything. She's gonna try and help the two of them over to the
Yeah.
lift.
Lift.
They kind of make their way over there. Let's see. Do we have anyone in chat we can pick on to roll a D100 yet? I just realized
There
I
are
don't even
some
have
people
chat
here.
on. Yeah, if anyone wants to roll, and let's see how their luck is. They rolled horribly last week, but
I'm gonna burn a 4th level slot to cast invisibility on all four of us. Is there 4?
Okay.
There's 5. I'll cast.
There's 5 of us.
Yeah, I'll make everyone invisible.
sure. So you all become invisible for an hour. We'll give them another second to see if anyone has a D100.
Yeah, if anybody in chat wants to roll that, please do.
Otherwise, I might roll this one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let someone from the party that's not here roll it. Yes, I like this idea. All right. Solomon.
D100?
Mhm.
17.
That's so close. Okay. So the lights continue to remain red. You run to the lift. You'll get on the lift.
Mm-hmm.
Tess just kind of glares at you again for missing the obvious. Pull the damn lever, Ari.
She'll pull the lever.
As you pull the lever,
Wrong liver.
nothing happens.
Maybe this way? Try
Pull the
push
other
it.
one. Yeah, you push, pull. They seem to have no function at the moment.
So is this lift just like a circle, or is it more like a cylinder, or?
It is a cylinder, but it's built in like the lift makes up the entirety of it to go up and down. So it is currently down here because you got here last. It just is not going up for some reason.
What's the lift made of? If I look up,
The outside material. It's like some sort of glass.
I can't see it through. Or I can't see through it though, right?
It's fully transparent glass.
Oh, it's.
Yeah. So basically, you can watch the lift just kind of raise up.
Does it seem mechanical or magical in nature?
Seems more mechanical. It has like some attributes that might be magical, but it is definitely a mechanical lift. And also, your field's still up at the moment too, as well, right?
Yes, that's why I was asking, because if it appears magical, I will cancel my anti-magic field.
There's also enough space to walk away if you don't want to drop it yet, because
Yeah, we'll
it's how
test
long?
that.
10 minutes?
Yes. Or no,
So you still
let me double check. It may be an hour. Hang on.
Yeah, double check.
Check.
Because it's probably only been like 5 minutes since you cast it.
How high up is it to the top?
Hard to say. Somewhere between like 600 to 1,000 feet.
Oh yeah, then I couldn't have casted invisibility.
It is 1 hour.
Oh yeah, then yeah, you still got it up. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to cast invisibility in the current spot. It technically would stay on if you cast it outside of that location. Do you want to take that back?
Yeah, I'll take that back. Knowing
Okay.
the field is up.
But you
Just forgot
you can do
about.
that
I'll
later.
move out of the way, so I will be the only one not invisible. Well, no. It would suppress it while you're in it, but it would return after you leave it.
Mhm.
I could try and get a couple of portals open. Maybe they'll open.
So I'm gonna move away from the deal first to see if it'll work when they.
Yeah. So you move out of range.
Yeah.
Or you pull the lever again?
Yep.
Nothing. Click, click, click.
Oh, Deft, maybe you need to pull the lever.
Yeah, can't imagine it's gonna be that picky, but I'll give it a try.
Come back in first.
Patrick D100.
I will attempt to pull the lever.
All right, so you go to pull the lever, and then all of a sudden, you just see that glitter coming out from the sides of all the halls and vents.
That can't be good.
Okay, I'm gonna try this.
The anti-stealth device or anti-invisibility.
It just kind of slowly floats outward and begins filling these rooms.
Just gonna. I'm gonna bust through the top of this lift.
Sure. It is solid metal, but you can certainly try.
Did you say it was glass?
No, the outside area is glass. The lift itself is metal that goes up through the glass.
I am going to attempt to open a portal down here and at the top.
Sure. As you go to cast to open the portal, nothing happens.
Now, is that due to being in proximity of me, or no?
No.
Okay.
However, you seem your field maintains. but it seems Arya is unable to conjure magic at the moment.
Does that still burn the slot?
I'll say because you don't have access to it, not really. It's like more you went to go do it, and you're like,
Testing with some more mundane object or magic, she'll attempt to conjure her armor of shadows, and I assume that also has no effect.
It's a lot like when you were trying to explore stuff in our other wonderful game we were just playing, and I took out the power supply in like the first 30 seconds we got inside. Just like that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if that's not working, I'm
Also,
trying to bust the top. Yes.
the two dragons both start coughing.
That can't be good.
So you're busting through the top of the metal component?
I am attempting.
What are you using for this?
Let me check one thing. Don't think I can immolate an object.
So I need the three of you to roll Constitution saving throws.
Is this a poison?
Not specifically, no.
You.
Fail, and one for theirs.
I'm gonna burn a luck point.
And a fail. Do you get advantage on Constitution saves theirs? I need a proficiency. Felt like for some reason you had advantage.
Is it a poison? Don't Tealies get advantage on poison?
It's not a poison. That is a pass for deft.
Yeah.
Are you there? Is he muted?
I guess keep it.
You rolled. Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought I would. No, I was talking to a muted mic. No, I think I've got proficiency with dexterity saves only. The advantage is history checks.
Yeah, you have. I was like,
History
I know you have
and
advantage on stuff, and you have proficiency, and you have proficiency in all but like one stat, right? Almost. For saves.
For saves, I do not have intelligence or strength.
Strength will always be the downside of your people. All right. So you fail. Ari fails. Deft, you're fine.
Now, is this something I can use the Tanya's thing? Or is that only for concentration checks?
Yeah, that's only for concentration checks.
What's for? Oh, you're talking about the item I gave you. Okay.
Yeah. You guys start to kind of cough a little bit too, but not to the extent of the dragons.
Okay, I'm going to. My magic's not working. Let's see if magic items are. I'm going to attempt to conjure some of the power from the Cloak of the Arachnid and just try and gunk up the doorway and thick enough to block out any kind of gas with the web.
Well, you're in the lift at the moment, which is more kind of open at the front. So your cloak wouldn't do it. The only place where the doors are the larger doors that lead to the different areas.
I can just like fill up that hallway with web.
Oh, as far as seeing if you can conjure web. Well, it's not a hall. It's just one big room. And then there's like the lift that also is a cylinder in the center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the room is a cylinder, and then the lift is also a smaller cylinder. It's a fairly sizable room.
That makes things a bit more tricky.
Now you could try going back into one of the other doors.
Do you want me to maintain this field or no?
I don't know if it's doing much.
We don't know.
Do you have an idea?
Can you go check the other door just to see if there's a way out there? I'm gonna try to bust through this.
I'll check. I'm also going to move towards those vents, get in range to see if it's magic that's dumping this in here, if they will be nullified, or if it's just a mechanical trap.
Yeah. So, are you going towards where the other door is, or are you just looking around the room?
I'm going towards where the glitter's pouring out one of those. I want to see if it's a magical ability causing this that I can nullify, and if not, then I'll go towards the door.
Yeah, as you walk close, it does seem to be more of a mechanical thing. It almost seems like something pumping it through like ventilation of some kind.
And Ari couldn't. Now the magic wasn't working, or it just wasn't clogging it up.
The magic didn't activate. And actually, nope. Actually, that matters. But I'll show you in a second. Okay. So you walk over there, you look, see it's mechanical. Anything else you want to specifically do? We'll see you guys get like a major action attempt at this.
Is there anything that I can see in the immediate vicinity that could like clog up clothing? Anything that would clog the holes pouring this stuff in?
The downside is it's a very large cylindrical room. So they're coming from up above too. You wouldn't have enough things to.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd be better off like trying to find a way to like stop from breathing it in yourself as opposed to.
Yeah, at that point, I'm going to pull out a cloth and wet it, and then wrap around my nose and mouth.
Sure.
If I
Oh
try to
my
get
God, I
above
completely forgot I had
the lift, can I? Is it made of glass or?
So the part that it goes up through that is above it is glass. The lift itself is metal.
If I flew a bit above the lift itself, could I pass wall into the glass?
You could certainly try. The whole area is filled with that glitter, though.
Ari's gonna use her pink cloth to try and or to cover her mouth and try and help stop some of the inhalation. She's gonna pull out the rebreather though and
Yeah.
give it over to Tess and the Lord of the Magic.
Oh, I have gas masks.
Bergen's just sitting there somewhere like, I knew I'd be useful one day.
I have 4 gas masks.
You do?
Oh, that would also work.
Then we can do that
Yeah.
instead.
I'm gonna pull out the gas masks.
We
I
have
have 4 of
5
them.
people.
Ari will put
one
on her
rebreather, one.
and grab 2 of the gas masks and put it on them.
Okay.
I'll toss one
So,
towards Garrett. Theris.
so you're on the rebreather area, Ari?
Yep.
Okay. So they got masks, you got that. All right. Definitely helps a lot. So you distribute those out.
Well,
Were you going to try to attack that elevator or no?
I'm gonna try to pass wall. See if I can get around it.
Spell or item?
Spell.
As you try to conjure the magic, it does not come forth.
Okay.
Well, we've solved one problem. Now, how do we get out of here?
I
Fair
told
and
Theris to
D100.
go check the door, so I'm waiting on info from that.
Just to test that, I'm going to pull out the wand of dancing lights and see if they'll even conjure.
As
In
you
your
go
in your field.
to summon them out, yeah, in your field it does nothing.
Well, I'll drop the field. Just
Hold, please. So before you guys take your next round of turns,
Yes.
very nice roll. I need Ari, and I need. Oh, there's. You don't have to. So just Ari at the moment. I need you to roll a D100.
that was
Ari,
almost a 90.
You lose a level 1 spell slot. There, so you are unaffected. Def, you are unaffected.
Yeah.
The other dragon is already out of spell slots. Tess loses a 5th level spell slot.
I feel like something's draining my magic.
There is. Check that door.
That's where I'm headed.
Right, so you run over, check it. It is locked, but you guys can do whatever you want to try to open it.
If he makes known that it is locked, I will rush over, try to pop it open.
Sure. Thieves' tools check. Yeah, that does it. Just kind of quickly get it. You have to manually kind of pull the doors apart once you get it unlocked, but you are able to unlock it and get it open. Since you opened it, Deft, roll a D100.
Surely only good things in here.
No way.
Surely.
You did not. In the room in front of you, and it's a much smaller room, maybe half the size of the one where Satesh's crystal is. You just kind of see like some storage, and then you see there is a single coffin.
This is a really, really weird place to keep a body.
It does
I know
have
this
like
is, like-
some chains wrapped around it currently, and it looks like it has like some protective seals placed upon it. Also, there's no glitter in that room. But
Yeah.
it is going to start slowly seeping in as long as that door is open.
Guys in here!
I'm
Quick!
gonna say, let's go.
Alright.
Right.
Three of us will start making our way into there.
All right, so you guys go in there, shut the door. A bit of the glitter gets in, but it's much better than being out there.
I'm going to see if I can conjure up a flame in here.
As you go to conjure it, you can like see a flicker, but you're unable to like keep the flame up. You're also covered in glitter.
I think this glitter is sucking up my magic.
Stuff seems familiar. I don't know why. I'm gonna take a closer look at the coffin.
What do you wish to discern about said coffin?
I would love to know who's inside of it, but I feel like that might be a little tricky.
Well, investigation
Maybe-
check just to see if you can. Like, did someone take a Sharpie and just like write Best Buy date or something like that?
26.
Other than the fact, like I said, it's got some chains wrapped around it. It has a couple of like little seals that have been placed upon it that look magical. Other than that, though, it doesn't really have any markings of any kind. What
Is
do you
there
assume?
anything in the room besides the coffin?
You look around. There's like some random boxes of general supplies and things like that.
I'm just going to try and brush some of this glitter off.
You guys kind of like brush it off. Looks like it's pretty on there.
I'm gonna need a bath or something to get this off.
If it's our magic's not working, then I can't help wash it.
I'm not going to be able to teleport us out of here until it's gone.
Water skins
Yeah,
are the best we have.
teleporting within the city is probably not a great idea.
Even once we get outside of the city.
Once we get outside, that should be fine, but... Who is this?
I don't know.
Just gonna
Yeah.
kind of take a look.
Thought I just had the one guy in my basement.
Can you ignite, Ari? Or can Deft ignite you? Burn it off?
I could try.
Just gonna kind of focus and see if she can't mantle up.
You guys try to mantle up. Doesn't manifest.
No. It's stopping, like, all of my magic.
Everybody get your water skins and just try to start washing it off.
How many water skins do we have? See, now this would be a great time for the alchemy jug. Like, I will wipe myself down with mayonnaise.
The water skin's in a bag of holding.
Yeah, because if you only have one water skin per person, it's gonna be rough.
I have 5 water skins
Why?
because I have a haversack and it's good to have extra water.
Ari's a thirsty person.
Mhm.
Sorry, 6 water skins.
It is known.
So that's 6. And then each of you probably have at least one. Tess doesn't have one because Tess literally came here from home.
Say if I get to where I could do it, I could conjure water, but
See, we'll say you have 8 water skins in total. So how are you guys trying to use this water? Figure that out.
I would say dampen cloths. Tear off pieces of our clothing or whatever, dampen, and then try to start wiping down where it sticks to the cloth.
We'll certainly try.
That's what we're trying.
Yeah, I'll
Alright.
abstain. I'll let the other two try to clean
And that, and
themselves
also,
off of it first.
you modesty is not the time now. Disrobe, because before you do that, we'll clean the extremities that are open. And then you'll need to disrobe because it won't be touching the rest of your body, but it may be affecting because it's on your clothing, which will be much more difficult to remove.
I'll just I'll swap outfits. Done.
Can you change mine?
You try to swap your outfit?
I got to take dogs out. Be right back.
That is also magical. It doesn't work here.
Well, at least my clothes don't go away.
They don't. So while you guys are taking the water to kind of do that, real quick, I just want to see what everyone is kind of doing in the downtime while you're on this mission. Because you did come at night. So I know Patrick is currently experiencing errors. Baron, what did you kind of what are you doing this evening?
I believe I was going to return to check in on Rust Bucket and prepare myself, get any work that I need to get done.
Sure. So Thorkel would probably return with you from the bar. Patrick, you were still working, or not Patrick, Solomon, you were working on your project, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
how'd the stone skin go? Or flesh to stone go?
didn't have enough time to finish before she left.
Fair enough.
And then Tanya, you're probably at Tess's house. Is there anything you wanted to work on while they're all off on this mission?
Just maintenance on Rosie. Maybe try and upgrade anything.
Sure. Baron, as you return home, Thorkel kind of returns to his room. You wander over to Patrick's room and you see Patrick still unconscious on the ground. What do you do?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Looks like Excel's in the house when you need rolls.
Excel forgot my shield. You missed the D100s. We had a couple earlier. You there, Brian?
Sorry, I was trying to log into Twitch, but I forgot my token. What was that?
You walk into Patrick's room, and Patrick is like on the ground. He looks powered on, but he's not moving.
I'll walk over and I'll gently tap on the side of his head. Rust Bucket, are you in there?
You tap. Nothing happens.
I lean really close and I listen for the Galaga music.
Sure. Patrick, roll a D100.
Oh my god. What is going on tonight?
As he hits your head, all of a sudden your visual display kind of comes online. Nothing else, like no audio or anything. You can just kind of see Baron tapping on you. You can't move. And you can just see him kind of like hitting your head.
So
And then you
what-
just
This is what
see-
sleep paralysis is.
and then you see that symbol you saw before, the one you had drawn for Mergen and left all over his shop.
Mhm.
It kind of lights up green, and then it turns blue.
Oh.
And you just see something displayed on the screen. It looks like location data.
Can I cross-reference that with any data we've taken from the planet and see if it correlates?
You've never seen a map with like actual location data. Like you've seen drawn maps, but that's about it. However, you could get a general proximity if you had some sort of way to fix your own location, or through other various methods. But yeah, it just seems to be like a location flashing in front of you.
Okay.
And then you reboot. When you reboot, you kind of come up, but it's weird. Your visual kind of display seems to be no longer present.
My HUD is gone?
Yeah, the HUD is like this. You just see,
Um,
and you feel
I-
strange, but you forget not necessarily what happened, but you forget why you're so conflicted.
oh. And I didn't miraculously change places. I'm still lying on the floor.
Yeah, you're still on the floor. You just kind of just come to consciousness as the reboot happens. So you get the location, the reboot happens, and now you're just there on the floor, and your visual perspective is kind of changed, and you see Baron.
Is he still tapping me on my head?
Probably. Sounds like something Baron would do.
All of my
Hello?
sym- all
Are
of
you
my
in there?
symbols are gone. Where did they go?
Excel, there's a new rule too. If you want to hit me, you actually have to roll high enough to hit Baron.
Oh no.
He's my shield dwarf.
I'll protect you, Kalsto.
All right, so you come to consciousness.
He like picks himself up, but it's like oddly smooth. Like usually Patrick, he moves like a robot for most cases, but in this case, it almost just looks like a dude picking himself up off the floor. Where are all my information signals? Where did it go?
I look around the room trying to find what information signals he's referring to.
I no longer have my task list in the top right corner. There's no
task
longer
list.
a time of date. I no longer have a compass. What? Where did they go?
Wait, you had a compass?
Yes.
How did we always get lost then?
You never asked.
Got a cup warmer.
What is today's date?
I do not know. I do not have my
Patrick,
signals. Oh, okay.
as you go to just reference what today's date is, you actually know exactly what date it is. You don't know how you know it,
Okay.
but you just like have the answer. Dates less relevant. It's basically the winter
Yeah,
season. I'll give you your timeline when we finish the world anvil.
Just say a random date.
January the 4th.
The 15th of September.
The 11th.
Flatter Day.
Hang on a sec. I actually don't know what today is.
In the 14th year of the King Blackwater, or whatever.
I stick my head out of Patrick's door and I yell to a guard down the hall. What is today's date?
They give the same answer.
Thank you. I close the door. All right, you were right about that. I don't know how you were right, but you were right.
I shouldn't have been. I did. Where did... Ask me more questions.
Okay. Let's see. What team is the best team to bet on for this next season's keg toss?
The 48ers.
What are the odds?
32%.
That sounds like a high number. Is that good?
According to cross-referencing previous keg toss games, yes. They just traded for a new backliner.
Okay. What is my name?
You have a middle name before I say this?
No.
Baron Daniel Firebright.
I hate you.
Hey, Daniel.
I grab you and I get real close and I whispered to you. We agreed that we would never bring up the middle name.
And you forgot the Lord.
Oh, okay. Here's a really good one. Who is the one person that we always wish that we still had with us but isn't with us?
I could think of like 3 answers, man.
Well, okay, who's somebody that Baron would have met?
Mrs. Firebright. Or Candlebright.
Yeah, I was going more for Leah.
Okay.
We're always joking about how we wish we still had Leah.
Yeah, but your obsession, you always want to be around
that is true.
Candlebright. So...
Okay. Tell me a secret. Tell me my
for 10 minutes.
My deepest, darkest secret that I've never told anyone. Not even you.
What's he supposed to know it if you haven't told him?
He's supposed to have just found
every
out
Tuesday
on his own.
night.
All right, stop.
When the leaves start to change an autumnal color, you would strip down in your skivvies and climb into the forge and pretend that you were being forged by Brel.
It's cold out, okay? It's cold out.
Which honestly leads to a lot of questions as to why you were so upset that somebody crawled out of it. Perhaps you were just jealous. Maybe Brel forged his body.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you say that. All right, my evaluation is complete. Rust Bucket, you appear to be functioning as normal.
But I can't. I see too much. What?
How do you know it's too much? Maybe it's what you should have been seeing this whole time.
Also, So you kind of like just stare at Baron a little bit more. Let me send you a whisper.
The location, was it numbers data or was it like the description?
It was
couldn't-
numbers.
Yeah, longitude, latitude stuff.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Circle is well informed, correct? I want to see him.
Hi, let's us go see him. He should be in his office / room because he's a busy man and he can't be. His office and his room have to be.
Patrick reaches up and grabs your face,
yes.
and he starts trying to stretch it around to see if it's still fleshy.
Ow.
I mean, it still moves around, but it's a little bit different.
Actually, that doesn't hurt as much as I thought it would hurt me.
When did you become made of diamonds? It's not like a diamond I've know of.
Oh, you weren't there. Yeah. When they brought me back, they used apparently they used a really special diamond that
So
Lady
are you
Tess.
alive or are you a construct?
I am alive.
Do you bleed?
Yes, very much so.
Have you tried?
Not recently, but I'm not really looking to try.
If you do not bleed, that raises a lot of issues. With you being alive. Or living? Living.
I find something sharp and I cut my hand.
It's kind of hard. You start like stabbing into your hand. Your skin is very durable at this point. Just roll a D100 and you're like, hold on just a second.
Oh no.
He tries to show you, but he's unable to pierce his skin with this dagger he finds.
Ah, man. That diamond was a lot stronger than I thought it would be. Listen, I swear. I have bled before, and I will bleed again.
With this new, and he's like, is still like clapping your cheeks, body.
Clapping cheeks.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, yes. Thorkel. Yeah, I would need to see him. I need to compare some numbers on maps, if those even exist yet.
Maps?
Maps.
Yeah, maps exist. We've had maps for a long time.
Well, if you're going to be a war general, I assume you better know your maps.
Of course I know my maps. And I
What city is immediately north of here?
Let me find my map. I don't know where my map is. All right, I'm gonna roll a history check. Hang on. Where's my history at? There it is.
Yeah, you remember.
All
You
right.
can also look at the map that I linked in chat.
It's right above your roll.
Ah, yes. Directly north of us is wait, are we counting what's Griffin's Rest again? That's not a town, that's the empty place, right?
That's the large dwarven keep.
Oh, that is okay, it is occupied.
Mhm.
Got it. At Griffin's Rest. But if you're thinking of like an actual city and not just a keep, then it's Valcom.
Okay.
You guys get Thorkel's room?
Yeah.
All right. So as you go to continue exploring that as we go into the later hours of this night. Patrick, you also realize as you start moving past your current spot, a series of numbers appears.
Oh no.
Very lightly just floating in the air.
Okay, I'm getting my X and Y F3 axis going.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so you're like walking. You just notice that Baron, while you're taking him to Thorkel's room, he starts moving erratically, trying to like determine like which way to walk. It seems almost like he walks one way, then he goes back and forth.
How quickly do the numbers move?
They're very large numbers, so you get like very granular data on them.
How far away am I?
Roll an intelligence check based on what you're able to kind of figure out, and then compare versus the number you were given. You gather you're fairly close to the proximity of that location. It's probably somewhere in the north.
Baron,
I
did those people we were with, did they not mention a ship in the north?
let me see. Ship in the north. Ship in the north. There was definitely mention of a ship, but I don't know if it was a ship in the north. They did use north in a different sentence, but in the same sort of jumble of sentences. Something about a dragon. I remember a lot of talk about a dragon.
Yes, I remember talking about the dragon, but I think I need to go to that ship soon.
Yeah, something about
Very
there was
soon.
there was something at. Oh, you know what? That's right. They said there was something or someone at the ship that they met.
Did they not call him David?
Uh, David sounds familiar. I think I knew someone in school named David.
Is she? Anyway, Thorkel.
Okay, to Thorkel you go. All right, team, wash it off.
Mm-hmm.
Splitting the water 4 and 4, using rags to kind of wipe it off. It does take a decent amount of time, but the two of you are able to kind of wipe most of this glitter off yourselves.
She'll
While
use
they're cleaning up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start tugging at the chains on the coffin, the seals.
As you go to move them, they kind of glow a little bit. They're pretty on there.
See, here's the thing. I didn't put this guy down here. So I'm pretty sure somebody else did. And, I mean, if it was someone I had liked, I'm sure they would have told me. So that means it must have been someone that doesn't like me. And enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right? So, kind of want to open this thing.
Well, he runs through that train of thought. Is there something that Ari can move behind to change, or?
Yeah, there's like some crates and stuff.
Okay, so she'll kind of position herself behind that, use wings to help also cover the area, and she'll, I suppose fortunately for her, she was in her more modest outfit. So she'll take that off and change clothes.
All right, so you do lose the benefit of the clothing you take off previously, but other than that, you're good.
Do the
Take off.
did I see Deft messing with those locks or the chains?
Probably.
Does it? You said it kind of glows. Does it appear magical?
Yes.
Try to wipe
There's
some of that
chains
dust onto
and
those.
seals.
Deft. If it's preventing magic, maybe it will help release those shackles.
Wait, we're just gonna open it?
Yeah, I
Or if
had
there's
this
something
very
useful inside.
well thought out train of thought. I've considered it deeply. While it might not be a good idea, I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea. Actually, hold on. Let me ask my consultant. I'm gonna bring out Sock.
If look, he pops out from the boot.
All right, I've got a bit of a situation here, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're stuck in a room. Can't get out.
The weasel nuts. Mm-hmm.
There's a coffin here that looks pretty chained up. And I think it might be a good idea to open it. See what's inside.
Continues looking at you.
What do you think?
I mean, it does look kind of cool.
Looks kind of cool, doesn't it?
Nods his head yes. And then heads back in the boot.
Oh, that's 2 for 2.
Once Ari's finished getting dressed, she'll come out from behind the crates. You said it had some glowing sigils on it?
Yeah, so there's like seals that are upon it, and then these chains that glow purple.
What do those symbols mean?
They're just seals, I think.
Yeah, she has no idea.
Yeah, sure.
Danny has a match the ones that were on her arm at all?
No.
Okay.
You know, I think this is probably a bad idea. Could be like, maybe some ancient, powerful vampire or something.
Well, considering that we are currently a little stuck down here, and at any moment someone could come and murder us, I think we need to act decisively with swiftness.
Or what if that's our means of egress?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
What
sure
better
we
way
could
to
figure
hide
out
an
how to open this.
exit of a trapped room than to make something that looks foreboding and put a ward on it?
Theris, you're really good at magic. Do you know anything about those rooms?
I walk closer and look at him.
Roll an Arcana check.
Can I make a Arcana check as well?
Sure. Just because of your level of skill with Arcana, I would say you're able to ascertain that they're essentially protective wards. They keep things from getting into it, as opposed to it keeping anything from coming out. Deft, you kind of look at it as well. Yeah, they just look like a series of protective wards. These chains are also magical. However, I will say, because your Arcana check is there, you do have a way to bypass some of that if you chose to use it.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty easy. Just pop up some anti-magic and...
Yeah, say these do not appear to be a prison. They appear to protect. Somebody wants something not to get in, not to get out.
Okay.
How bad could it be, right?
Well, if it's trying to stop people from getting in, then it's not a vampire.
Unless they're protecting the vampire. And I just kind of smile.
And if this goes south, as per usual, I will take accountability.
Don't do that to yourself.
It was kind of my idea.
And it is always Death's fault, remember.
I point at theirs. Mm-hmm.
She just kind of sighs and smiles.
What am I going to do with you two?
All right, I'm going to open my third eye.
Okay. So you flash it upon there. You see the runes kind of glow dim.
So now what?
Just pull the chains off, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
As you go to pull at the chains, they glow purple and tighten like they did previously.
Mm.
Runes seem to be off though.
Does there appear to be like a lock on the chains anywhere?
No. You can't even really tell, like, there's nowhere where they just look like they're one series of a single connected
Okay.
chain that somehow got wrapped around it.
I have an idea. I could use the tiara and maybe suck out all the magic of the chains.
I don't think that's how that works.
Works like that every other time. Also
Maybe
stops all other magic from working, but you know.
let's try to think a little more before we put the tiara on. Maybe there's like a key for it or like a passphrase.
I couldn't even begin to think what the passphrase could be.
Tess just walks up to it and kicks it. Nothing happens. Goes back and sits down.
Thank you for your input, Tess.
I had to try. This is what happens. You give people too many abilities.
Maybe you could try Dispel Magic?
Hey, with this glitter on me, is that even going to work?
You got your glitter off.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we only had enough to get Ari's off.
No,
No,
we split it between you two. Deft left his on.
Most of Ari's skin was covered. She was wearing a more modest outfit from when she had left Tessa's before.
Although one of you does have a very easy way to dispel things that does not require magic.
I say I'm just gonna walk up and grab it with my strong hand.
Yeah, as you go up to grab it, it glows purple. It holds tight.
I try to. I don't know what's in it. I'm gonna see if I can like siphon the energy off of it. Maybe it's powered by souls or something.
Roll a d100.
Chat.
I was
roll me
more
a
making.
D100.
I was making fun of your devil with the dispelling claw hand.
Oh yeah.
Their patron speaks up. Nope, definitely not
You-
soul
You
power.
have charges, but you can still do it.
Your patron
It's
just
a
speaks
28
up.
from
Nope,
Excel.
definitely not soul powered. I think it's Duracells.
Ourselves.
So as you go to try to draw power from it, it's not really soul energy, but you can sense that there is. It's almost like when you sense Satesh's crystal a little bit, like it has a presence to it, but
There's
nothing soul
something
based.
that I can't say sentient. There's something here, Deft.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try to
Maybe-
dispel it.
Maybe asking politely?
It's not living. I can't pull its essence out, but there's something in it.
Excuse me, can you open up?
Roll a
Yeah,
persuasion check, Ari.
21.
As you sit there, you just hear, "You have guessed the passphrase. I shall now open."
Really?
And then you hear snickering from the boot. It does not seem to work. So you strike with the claw, just roll an attack with the claw. You just have to hit it in order for it to kind of work. Yeah, that's enough. So you claw through it as the purple energy begins to glow. The hand kind of sucks it in, dissipates it, and the chain is broken.
That worked.
Cross your fingers, it's not too evil.
I'm Sure, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna push open the top.
As you push open the top, there's body inside of it. Kind of like wrapped in a cloth. So you can see the outline of it, but it's cloth wrapped.
I know I should have expected this, but this was actually kind of one of the last things I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
I don't know, maybe like secret stairs or something.
I'm gonna poke it.
It is definitely a body.
I'll try to slice through some of the wraps.
Well,
See
they're
if we
not
can-
wraps. It's like he's draped in cloth.
Oh, okay. Then I will remove it delicately, respectfully. Wakey wakey.
Unfortunately, the body inside of it is dead. But it's a very familiar looking body. It's the dead body of Soren.
Oh, okay, you called it.
Soren?
Yeah, wasn't really expecting this. I don't know why they kept. Or
Why
I
would
don't know
that
why
be
they
in your
kept it.
basement?
Satesh
I
technically killed it.
And why
Wait.
protected the way it was?
Evil Satesh killed him.
I am not entirely sure.
Roll an insight check, Ferris.
I would say I want to place my my strong hand on his chest and just feel. And what did you say? Roll.
Just an insight check for Deft. See if you didn't know that it was there.
I don't think it was here. I mean, I know we killed him, but
Yeah, story checks out. You place your hand upon it. You don't sense anything. It's just his body. But it is his body.
Hang on a second. I gotta look at a note here.
That also looks over. Is that Soren?
Soren's body.
Soren's gonna slow nods.
Both of the dragons know Soren.
One of the I'm gonna see what happens here. One of the average citizen souls that I have, I'm gonna try to push into that body.
Roll D100.
Chat, roll me a D100.
oh no. I hope this works. I don't think it'll help, but it'll be really funny.
It's a 41.
All right. So as you go, you watch Theris place his hand upon it, and then you just watch the body begin to breathe. And it starts to kind of move and get up. Francine, where are you?
Francine?
Francine, I can't see. Oh!
Ferris, what did you
Francine,
do?
there's someone in the bedroom!
You have new life.
Call the guard! You put some totally random dude in his body.
Hey, calm.
I need you to
it's all
calm
right,
down.
Soren.
This is a lot to absorb at the moment.
Get back, I'm armed. And as he kind of like tries to like wave his hand at you guys, I need to roll a D100. That is a 29. All three of you get shot backwards 20 feet and like smack into the wall.
Ow.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Picked anyone, and you just picked some random guy.
What do
You
mean
stay back now.
some
We
random
had
guy?
we had friends in there.
This thing's loaded. Francine!
Now,
You-
sir, I'm sure this is confusing, but I do need you to calm down. We're in a bit of a interesting situation here.
Don't you move. Francine, come here right. And all of a sudden you just see a box appear on the ground next to him. What the hell's that?
Probably your gear. Open it and check. Say, this is a lot to absorb. You died. I've brought you back.
He points at you, Deft. You open it. I don't trust any of you.
I really hope Francine isn't in there, Mister.
You pop it open.
I peek in it.
Now,
There's
would
a
he not
dead
have
body.
any familiarity with me? Because there's many times that I go in and visit with the souls that are inside.
Doesn't seem to be at the moment, at least.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's some lady in there. You just summoned her. You could get us out.
That's Francine.
Hey, what's your name, Mister?
Roland.
Roland.
And he just falls to his knees and starts crying over this coffin.
I'm going to kind of fall into myself, and I'm going to search see if I have Francine also.
You do not have the matching set, unfortunately.
Ari's
Damn.
gonna walk
I'll let him
over
roll a
to-
D100.
Roll
Maybe
a
on a
D100,
1.
Sure,
Maybe on a
sure,
1.
sure.
Chat, roll a D100. Get a 1, so I got the matching set.
Ari's gonna walk over and kind of place a hand on his shoulder. It's okay.
No, so touch me. You stay back.
We're your friends.
I've never met you in my life.
Sir, it's gonna be okay. This
circumstance.
is rather abrupt. I'm so sorry that you have to exist again. Just please try to stay calm. The body you're currently possessing is rather powerful.
And we need your help.
He's dead.
And you can help us get revenge on who took your wife's life, as well as yours.
You know who took her life?
A man named Satesh.
Roll a deception check.
Where's my button?
Just kind of looks over. And he seems to calm down a little bit. What's going on?
Now, Roland, we are currently in a sort of cellar underground, and the way out is blocked at the moment, and we're trying to find a different way out. I think with the powers of the body you're inhabiting, we could probably find a solution for that.
What do you want me to do?
And then we'll have to figure that out. But see how you just summoned your wife at a thought? How you shoved us backwards?
He starts crying again, but yeah.
Hey, what's up, Roland?
Ari's gonna kind of get down onto her knees, pull out her lute, and kind of begin a more sorrowful ballad.
I'm gonna turn towards theirs and just kind of sling an arm over his shoulder. Just 1 second, please. I'm gonna whisper to Theris, "Hey, just pick some random guy. You could pick like, I don't know, someone a bit more understanding."
Oh, I could have, but I've never done this. So
Could you
I
s-
didn't
could
want
you
to lose
swap-
someone important.
Could you
I was going to
swap
put
them?
Thea. I don't know if I can do that or not.
Isn't Thea your sister?
Yes, who's very trustworthy.
That's not where he was coming from.
Oh, I know.
I thought she was. And I'm not gonna ask right now. We're in a weird situation.
Well, they've
I
all
mean-
seen her.
Yeah, that's the
I
the
thought she
curiosity.
was alive.
She is.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna get into this right now. You could try to swap them, maybe.
Are you unhappy with this situation? Would
No,
you rather
you know
not
what?
be in this body?
All right.
Oh, to him.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Okay.
Hey, thank you for the gifted subs. Appreciate that.
What do you mean, body?
All right.
This is my body.
If you wish to control it and help us, it can be.
I'm gonna pull out a mirror.
All right.
Please don't freak out. And I'll show him his reflection.
So you pull the mirror, he like goes over to get a close up of it, like he can't even.
Oh
really
wait, no!
think much about it,
I
and as
turn it
he
away. I turn it away.
puts his hand in, and his arm goes inside the mirror, and he just flips the fuck out, and he immediately pulls his arm back out of the mirror.
I forgot he had a thing with mirrors. That's my bad.
This isn't real. This isn't real. This isn't real.
Here, we can make this go away. And I put my hand on his chest gently, and I try to remove this. I says, "You just have to be willing to let go of this body."
No, I don't want to let go. No. Roll a d100.
But
just
you
as
may
you're
be
sitting
able
here.
to see your wife again if you let go.
And he gets a minute of calm, so roll that d100.
Chat, roll me 100.
So as you sit there, all of a sudden the eyes just go kind of dim for a second. And then he just kind of gets up. Where am I?
Soren?
There's.
Doesn't seem to recognize the name Soren.
There's. Who is this?
What's your name?
Kind of has like a puzzled look on his face for a second. Don't remember.
What do you remember?
Just looks like really confused.
Yeah, that's an awful big question. I think. You don't know who this is?
I wasn't trying to put anybody in. I was trying to pull him out.
It's a powerful wizard. Maybe he had some kind of failsafe. Maybe that's why the body was sealed away or something.
I think the body was sealed away, so no one would do this to it.
Kind of
Because
sits
this
down.
is something most people walk around and do.
Well,
You'd be
it happened.
surprised. Happened to my spare.
That this is his actual body. Not a copy.
So, you don't remember anything?
Snow? Remember. Just white.
Well, for a quick rundown, you're a powerful wizard known as Soren, who has done all sorts of secret wizard stuff.
Wizard?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound right. I kind of guess I could. That makes sense. What do I do? You work for me?
Did
Um,
hire us once.
We did at some point, but now we're just kind of
More freelance.
what do you call it? A freelance.
You weren't
Colleagues,
very
if you will.
forthcoming with information.
Really certain, but I do believe you.
We've known each
Where
other
are
a
we?
long time. Do you remember Gancaster?
We're in a lab, prison lab.
We're stuck. A little bit. And I think you could probably get us out, but let's take it slow. I know this is all probably pretty new. Do you have something we could call you? I could come up with a name if you'd like.
Remember a name. Doesn't really matter to me.
Well, this is a chance to come up with a new name. A new you.
Think about it, I guess. Unless one of you has a better idea.
I start rubbing my little hands together.
Well,
See what I got. Hold on.
Did you come here to save me? You're from across. They came here to save me, actually.
Yeah, technically we came for that guy, but I didn't know you were down here.
Consider it a bonus.
Yeah, if I had known you were down here, we probably would have come for you too. But it's good to see you, though I'm not entirely sure who you are.
Oh, you said I'm a wizard named Soren.
Well, you were.
Not?
You've been dead for a while, and you seem a little out of it.
Sounds all very complicated.
Oh yes.
Ari's just kind of nodding along.
So, here's the situation. Just beyond those doors, there is poisonous glitter that stops all magic. We're trapped pretty deep underground, and we need to try and find a way out.
Where are the others at right now?
Curzon.
Let's start describing the town, the location, the area. Picture this place. Now wish us all there.
No, don't. I wouldn't recommend wishing. I would just go for like a teleport or
And
something.
I say wish, I'm not meaning as in the power to wish.
I'm
Picture
just-
us
I
all
want-
being there by magic.
I want to make it very clear not to wish, though.
Picture a portal opening and
Just
transporting
kind of
us there.
like hope for it. Do not
Transporting
include the
us-
words "I wish."
Transporting us where?
Listen to the description of this place, and then I start reciting it. Def, fill in any blanks I may be missing.
Yeah.
In trying to paint a very elaborate picture of where we've been, and not just the city, but like the building we were in, where everybody should be, trying to be very accurate and descriptive.
I mean, do you think he's going to be able to teleport us out of here? This is how I.
Well, he
might
could
be able
definitely
to-
go in the mirror. We could go through the mirror dimension, but that'd be a little
seems
sketchy.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't have a component to get us out. And that place was trapped, so
About this time, it is also 3 a.m. You've been locked in here for a bit.
Oh, is there any glitter at the door that I can collect in a bottle or something?
There's residue. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily be able to fill up a whole bottle. It would take a lot of effort, or you'd have to like go out into the glitter and go crazy trying to capture some.
Okay.
But I mean, you could collect some.
There should be some from what we've cleaned up.
I do want to collect some.
Ari kind of holds out her. She probably wouldn't have. Yeah, she'll probably point to the like folded clothes that are like covered in glitter.
Let's just go for this stuff that's kind of around the door. Got in.
So you start working on collecting that while you guys try to figure a way to get out. So fake Soren will kind of sit there trying to figure out. He's envisioning. What do you do after that?
Picture a portal opening in front of you that would let us walk through it. If we look through it, you can see the other side. Maybe picture a large mirror standing before you that opens up.
Large mirror. And he just watches this singular disc kind of appears and stretches. It is a single mirror floating in the air.
I see there now. There's a start.
Look through it.
It just looks like a mirror. You just see yourself.
Now picture when we look into the mirror, we see the place that I described to you. And it will allow us to step through the mirror to that place.
Kind of imagines. You just see a snowy mountain, but you're not familiar with it.
I look at the others. It's not here.
True. All right, everyone gather up. It's a bit risky, but let's see if we can go through it.
You go last. I look at the body of Soren.
Just kind of nods.
All right, who's first?
Our fearless leader, of course. And I look at Deft.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, I can. That sounds fine. This was my idea.
Go with you.
I'll scout it out. No worries. I give a awkward, uncomfortable thumbs up to Tess and the other guy. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like 50% sure.
So the two of you go?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go first.
And then I follow.
All right, so before you go, Theris, so the two of them pop in. I need chat to roll a D100. So we get one of those 99s or 100s coming in from chat.
I mean, if they want to roll like
51.
It's pretty close to medium. Not quite on the favorable side, but take that
All right.
for a 90.
So the two of you walk in. As the two of them walk through, he kind of loses control of it, and it doesn't dissipate, but it starts to lose like its rigid shape, and it becomes more like liquidy as he is like trying to visualize it back into a mirror, but it's kind of just stuck there at the moment. The minute you two pass over, Ari, you immediately drop to your knees and cannot breathe. It is so freaking cold here that you're suffering massive amounts of damage from just being here. Deft, because of your powers, you can survive here, but just because of the amount of heat you can produce. But you just see her like sitting there and she's like almost starting to kind of freeze over.
Oh, I'm
going
gonna
to
pick her
attempt
up and immediately go into overdrive, trying to heat up.
Sure, roll a d100.
Can they step back? Is there a mirror to step back through?
No, it lost shape after the two of them went through. You immediately pick her up. You just kind of burn, and your mantle kind of passes onto her and just keeps her warm. It's not granting anything else at the moment, but keeping her alive. And you like start to like you almost flash froze solid.
Do I see this happening?
Roll a perception check at the disadvantage through the material that's shifting.
Are we in hell right now?
Yes,
Where
you
are we?
are. You're in hell.
Well, that's what I'm curious. Are they in my lord's
Yes.
domain?
Yes.
Hang on, perception. That's
Ari's
exactly
like
where
holding
I
on
was
to him
thinking.
incredibly tight, trying to
You have
stay.
to remember that body has seen a lot of things in its lifetime, and so when you describe like a snow year,
Yeah, no good.
as
Say
you
that,
kind of
Chief.
like shift through, you can see like it's a cold place. It's really hard to make out details, and you see Deft like lit on fire in a warped kind of way. And then you see like Ari laying on the ground, and then eventually she kind of gets up and is currently on fire too.
I think he's.
But
Do I
she's
have any
moving very
idea
slow.
where they are, or what this for the connection?
Not until he can actually filter it out. You can kind of see them through it, but the details are too distorted until it's back into a mirror form.
You're doing okay. I just need you to remain calm, breathe, and focus.
I'm looking for the way
I need
back.
to see clearly through there, and they need a way to walk back through that mirror.
You
It's
guys
all
see
fine.
the same blob.
You're doing great. Just maintain focus.
All right. Yeah. And you just watch as he's sitting there, and the eyes just go limp in the body, and it falls over.
Like he passes out, or it's just a
I'll
body
be right
now?
back.
It just kind of went limp.
I reach over and feel, is there any life to it?
It's still warm from the soul you had inside it, but it seems to have nothing in it at the moment.
Thea, I need your help. I need you to enter this body and use it. And I put my hand on the chest. I'll leave the choice up to her. I'm not going to force her into it.
Yeah. You were checking roll a d100 to see if it succeeds. The
Chat, roll
blob
it.
starts to rapidly lose shape, and you just see it like flipping out. If it's not controlled, it probably will dissipate.
I don't see the mirror on this side.
You just see the same blob they see. So where it was stretched out to be like a perfect flat mirror, it's now just like almost like a ball of like what you'd think like Mercury might look like.
Okay. I am waiting to go back through it as soon as it looks like it's going to regain shape a little bit.
It is freezing. You've never felt really cold before until you came here.
Oh, I hate this. This sucks.
Anyone in chat?
We got.
It's a
And so you
21.
kind of place your hand upon the chest, and the chest just kind of rises up. Just kind of sits there, looks over at you. Brother?
Yes, I need your help. We don't have time. You're in a body of a very powerful wizard.
You brought
I
me
want to-
back.
Yes, and I need you to focus. That blob in front of you is a mirror. It's a portal. I need you to focus on it and make it solid and stable. I have friends on the other side. You remember Deft and Ari. They're dying.
Yes, brother. Just is kind of going to sit there, puts the hands up to it, almost like just kind of like manipulating the shape, and you just watch it kind of stretch back out slowly into a circle, as opposed to like the rectangle it was when they came in. and then you can see a perfect view of them on the other side.
Can they see?
Yeah, they can see through too.
Oh yeah, I'm hopping back through.
I'm waving to come.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
The portal is reopened.
The whatever was inhabiting that dude just kind of vacated, and I put Thea in it, or she chose to help.
So you guys go running through to get out of here before you freeze to death. Ari, as you go to cross through the mirror, you just get this strange sensation, like there's something out here somewhere. It feels familiar, but you're not sure.
Would you like a insight? See if
We
you
can
can.
roll a wisdom check.
Okay, let me just put the mouse in here.
I saw Allie out here once.
Would I feel anything through that portal?
Not through the portal. He'd have to actually be on the other side of the portal.
16.
Just not sure, but you know if you stay here, you're freeze.
She like stops and turns for a moment, and as the cold picks up more, and quickly
Come on.
runs.
And you both come out the portal on the other side.
It's probably very hot in here all of a sudden.
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, they come out very warm.
That was the coldest thing I have
No,
ever
good, you're
felt.
okay.
Thank you very much. I give her a big hug, even though it's not her body. I just give her a big hug.
As you go to give her a hug, she just kneels before you.
No. I don't let her complete that. I help her stand up.
And then just gives you a hug as well. She kind of looks at herself in the mirror and Soren body.
Say you of anybody never kneel at me.
And she looks confused for a second. It almost looks like she thought you put her into actual Thea. And she sat there, and then all of a sudden she just gets this look of realization on her face, and she just smiles. Anything for you, my brother.
Say,
and then you watch.
Oh, sorry.
She looks back in the mirror, and Soren's body starts to change to look like Thea.
I just smile.
Thea?
Nice. I just give her a big hug and just hold on to her for a few moments.
Yeah, she just looks extremely happy and gives him a big hug.
Now, to get us out of here, we're trapped in some cellar prison of sorts. Our friends are. I explain where they're at. I don't know if she's familiar with the place.
Yeah, she's traveled and seen through all the things you wanted.
Take us there.
Kind of sits. She goes up to the mirror and like moves her hands in front of it, and it shows like a picture of Tessa's courtyard. She just smiles. Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are exquisite.
It's just is like beaming from all the compliments. All right. Go through. I should be able to hold this.
Her kind of leans over and whispers to Death quickly.
When did Thea die?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know.
Through the portal, everyone.
All right.
So she goes. I go through, but holding her hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure she comes with me.
Mm-hmm.
We get our two dragons through, up through ourselves, and there's Thea.
As the dragons get through the portal, they don't immediately recover their power, but like they just start to look like they feel much, much better. All right, so you all make it out of the basement.
Ari will also burn those clothes before she leaves.
Well, it's on all of your armor, so it would have been on your magic items too.
Yeah,
so you're
but
probably gonna have to take the time to get them cleaned.
Yeah, I guess she'll bring them along then.
Now, did the fire that was ignited on them, did that burn everything off?
I don't think we've actually tried that one. We could try though.
No, when they were in the frozen area, when she ignited.
Oh, as far as that, she already kind of cleaned off most of it at that point and changed into something else. No, they probably would have been in the bag.
Been on, yeah.
Yeah, so hard to say. Deft, though, you don't seem to see much glitter on Deft now that you think about it. But you guys are in the courtyard, and it is probably like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh. Well, that took longer than I thought it would. Hey, we live, though.
Are you sleeping this evening, Solomon? Or does anyone do anything crazy?
I think he forgot to because he's working on stuff. And Patrick's not here to tattle on me. So no, I'm not sleeping.
So you're kind of still working, so you'd probably still be out and about. Patrick and Baron were at their place. Tanya, you'd probably be asleep.
Yeah, Tanya will go to sleep after tinkering with Rosie.
All right, so now everyone's back at Tess's. What do you guys do?
I was gonna gotta look over to Daft.
Thanks. That place is really cold.
Yeah, I probably should have looked a little closer before we went through.
I'm sure you're famished. I want to get Thea some food. And we're going to sit and
Kind of looks at you. Oh, I'm not hungry. Thank you, though. Balthazar's like, food.
He hasn't eaten in forever.
Yeah, Tess is probably just make sure that some food starts getting out. They wake up some of the people. All right, so you guys rest, you eat, you stay up. What do you guys do?
One last thing.
I don't think the meeting was till 11, if I recall.
Yeah. I want to pull Tess aside real quick.
Uh-huh.
Sorry for dragging you into all of our trouble. Thanks for helping out and looking out for us. And I'm gonna give her the box or the gift that I got for her and Florin.
Aww.
So the 2 dresses.
Mm-hmm. She opens it up and just smiles.
Yeah, I did owe you one.
You guys are the best. Besides, I feel a little bit less alone today. She looks over at one less dead dragon.
Yeah, let's try to keep it that way.
Kind of nods. Well, I think I'm going to turn in and try to get some rest before we have to go to this thing.
Hey, I kind of turned to make sure there is no Theris or Thea in earshot. It's probably not great that we revive Soren, right? Especially when it's not really him. Should we be worried about that?
Honestly, I've never really dealt with anything like that before. Most of my experimenting is more of an elemental nature. That's first I've seen it.
I mean, I like Thea. She's great, but she wasn't dead last time I met her. I don't know,
She just kind of smiles and looks at you. I mean, it's really for you to judge. These are your allies. I mean, they're my allies too, but
Well,
they're your companions.
I'll ask Theris later. I'm sure it's fine.
Kind of nods.
All right, I go to bed.
All right. Everyone to bed, or anyone have anything to do before that?
Ari gives Deft a kiss on the cheek before heading to bed. And then we'll head to her room.
Sure. All right. Let me long rest, everybody. So you guys probably don't get the earliest start.
Yeah, no, she's got to wake up early to try and clean her magic gear of glitter.
So I'd say, like, best case scenario, you guys are waking up at like 9:30. Oh shit, we gotta get ready for this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna conjure an unseen servant and with my
Yep.
cloak. All right, team.
Those of you who
Try and
didn't
get
stay
on
out
this
late,
wedding.
wake up early. So Baron and Patrick, probably by the time you guys arrive in the morning, they're all still mostly asleep, other than like Solomon and Tanya.
Good morning.
It's kind of wave and welcome you in. Coffee, lots of coffee, please. And Tess just like starts having people bring out stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget the ale.
But of course, Master Baron. All right, so you guys have an hour and a half before you have to be at this meeting. What do you do?
She's going to clean off her magic gear. Along with the assistance of her invisible flame elemental and her cloak. Although to avoid getting glitter on the cloak, he'll probably bring soap and coffee and that kind of stuff.
Do you do this out in front of everybody?
Wherever there's like a place to wash.
Yeah. As you're sitting there, Thea walks up to you. Can I help?
Sure.
So she'll sit there and start helping you clean. Just roll a D100 because it's fun to mess with you.
84.
So it's one of those things where you don't feel unsafe, but in the same way that like Theris makes you guys feel uneasy to a certain extent, she gives off almost the exact same vibe while being like completely nice to you.
So, how are things feeling?
Feels good. So happy I could help everybody. Besides, my brother's going to be in a lot of danger. I need to protect him. And all of you.
She just kind of gives her a friendly smile.
Well, so what's next on the list for Thea, though?
No. Guess wherever my brother goes. I mean, I just want to make sure he's able to accomplish his goals. And I have to make sure nothing hurts him.
What about your goals?
Oh, I just have always wanted to support my brother. Never really had any ambitions of my own. He's always been there for me.
Are you feeling alright?
Yeah, why?
Oh, it's nothing. So really, nothing for yourself? You don't want to, I don't know, like dance or anything like that?
I don't see why I can't do both. I don't really want to like dance a lot, but I like dancing as much
it
as the
doesn't have
next
to be
person.
specifically dancing, but
No, my brother was much more of a visionary than me. He's always, even at the orphanage, I've known from a young age that I always wanted to support him.
There's got to be something. Something you've always dreamed of doing.
No. And then she's going to sit there, and as she's helping you clean like your dragon armor, you watch as she passes her hand over it, she's like not paying attention, and like all of the glitter just kind of like dissipates off of it.
Well, that works.
Oh, yeah. So she just sits there and chats with you and cleans it up. Patrick, you go find Deft.
Yeah.
He's got a mouthful of cereal as you walk in.
Patrick's wearing clothes again. He's back in a suit. And he like sits directly across from Deft, and he just kind of rests one arm on the table, and he's just like clicking his fingers, like just waiting for you to be done. And you can tell he's also bouncing his leg.
I stop chewing as you sit down, and I wait a solid 5 seconds, and then I take another very slow chew, and then I wait again, and then I finish my mouthful. Hey, bud, how's it going?
You've mentioned a ship in the north.
Yeah,
Take me there.
we've got a meeting in like
After.
20-ish minutes. Okay. Yeah, we could go after.
And he just kind of like nods to himself and stands up and leaves.
Okay, all right. See you later.
It's at this point you see that Tess comes out in the new dress you got her from the one you destroyed.
Nice.
You also see Ardella run out like 10 minutes later wearing hers. All right, so this is your last bit of prep before you go in. Is there anything you guys want to do? Spells you want to cast? Shenanigans.
That's high.
I probably should have gotten a long rest in. Oh well.
Did you not long rest?
Why would I?
Again?
Dude, I didn't spend any resources. I don't need sleep.
He's just normal tired now. This is like a normal Solomon day.
I'm gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on myself and Solomon again.
Okay. Solomon, 3d20s. I think it's dawn, not long rest, right?
I think it might be dawn. Yeah, let me double check, but I think you're right.
I think he did, yeah, at the beginning of each day, I think.
Yeah.
Magic items tend to be at the beginning of each day.
It's not a magic item.
That's not a magic
okay.
item.
Then ignore me.
Oh no, it's when you finish a long rest.
All right, but you still have do you have your other 3 dice still marked? Because I know you haven't used those. Okay. All right, so you guys get dressed up in your better options of clothing. Deft, you can cheat on your clothing again because you can cast.
Nice.
Alright.
I'm gonna give a pep talk.
Also, before you get there, Lord Brannick does arrive as well, who you haven't seen since you've been here yet. You're giving your wonderful speech.
Yeah. It's mostly just like etiquette guide for being around politicians. How to avoid being tricked, how to present yourself, how to avoid being called an asshole. Just kind of, your basics.
Sure, how many people can you hit with your speech?
I don't have that coded on my hold, please. I think it's 5.
Pick your
Up to
however.
6 friendly creatures.
I think that's most of you guys. Oh, which is interesting though.
I will take your temporary hit points, but I can't promise I'll follow your instructions.
You will get
Patrick, do
pepped.
you listen to him?
Thanks for attending my TED Talk.
Yes, seriously. Patrick, do you actually stick around for the speech?
Yeah, because I need him to take me north.
Fair enough.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Four
Deft,
military
this is the
vehicles.
first time you've ever seen Patrick admitting any type of emotion, and it is impatience. And it's not with you, it's just with, like, the entire day.
Patrick is going to be sitting in the meeting, tapping his foot, watching the clock the entire time.
Absolutely.
I have one more between theirs or Tanya.
Tanya's not here. That's all I'm saying.
Tanya's not here. I'll hit theirs.
Did Deft leave? I mean, Dark leave?
I'm
He
here.
was. Oh, never mind.
Patrick's there.
Oh,
I thought
hit the button.
you weren't attending tonight.
No, he's been here the whole time.
I mean, yeah.
I was talking earlier.
I must have been AFK at that point for not paying attention.
I typed in the one time in chat, I'm going to get ice cream. I'll be right back.
I did not notice.
I just believed you when you said he was gone. I didn't even question it.
He's already trying to kill me off.
Cat was even talking about Tanya being here.
As we, yeah, no, I could have sworn that Dark said he wasn't making it tonight, but I must have been thinking of last week or
Yeah,
something.
that was last week.
Why are you using 10 hit points after a long rest, Deft?
It's his inspiring speech.
Oh, gotcha.
When it's time, or when we finish cleaning up all the glitter, just gonna with listen, girl. When this is all over, we've got to go out and figure out what it means to be you.
Oh, I know what I need to do.
Who's
Really?
that with us?
Got a life too. Can't be off about your
I think you've met Thea before, right?
Yeah, we
I
met
wanna say-
Thea back at Theresa's house.
Multiple times.
Yes, but that was a real Thea. This is
Both,
a
but they all
puppet.
met both versions.
Oh, that was not a real Thea.
This is a puppet.
No, this is a real Thea.
No,
Yes, I am real Thea.
Honestly, it looks
With the
much
real-
like his living sister. She's just dressed differently. And she's here
And
for some
has
reason.
Very powerful wizard powers.
Would the real Thea please stand up?
Six Thea stand up.
Oh yeah. This doesn't her being here doesn't trigger. I think I have a sense. I have like a divine sense. Let me see. Does that happen?
You have to choose to use a divine sense.
I know the type celestial fiend. Okay, the presence of strong evil.
If you have a permanent detect good and evil, that's different. Does one of your
Okay.
auras do that?
I do have. Hang on. What's the thing that I have on permanently?
It'd be your 3 auras. You have an aura of courage, which prevents fear. You have an aura
Yeah,
that
it's the aura of
increases people's
protection.
saves. So that increases people's saves when they're near you. And then you should have your 3rd class specific one.
I think that's protection against
Well,
charms.
I have something that's like always active now. What was it?
Which kind of paladin are you again?
Devotion.
Your aura.
I'm always under the effect. Yeah, I'm just always under the effects of a protection from
Oh,
evil
yeah,
and
that's
good.
what
All right, so
Okay. So you have no active detection things. You have to actively
Okay.
choose to use them.
decisions to make. So some of you actually get to go in and like sit down amongst like where the council people will be, and then the rest of you go up where you guys were sitting the last time. So out of the people you have here, Baron gets to go to kind of like a lower area, not specifically on the floor itself, but you can bring one person with you.
I wonder who that's going to be.
The party gets one person plus another person. and then Tess will be there as well. But that's up to you guys who the 2 people for the party are. And then Baron gets to pick his own.
I'm real sorry, Patrick, but I got to take Thorkel with me.
Understood. You need somebody to actually remember what is said instead of sleeping through it like usual.
And you said the
Well-
party is put one person up there?
Technically 2. So one of you gets to go as a representative.
Well, Doc, you should definitely be our representative. You've got the most experience in this kind of situation.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think I could provide some valuable insight. Also, if the copycat shows up, it would be really funny.
Uh,
Who are you taking with you?
if you want to or if you want to utilize your necklace, I can certainly give you a bit of inspiration during your turns.
It's at this point in time, too, you watch one of those little... What was the name of we came up with for the UPS dwarfs, Baron?
Oh,
Federal
crap, it was-
Express? No. Or FedEx?
yeah, FedEx.
It was FedEx.
Yep.
It was FedEx.
You see the little FedEx runner running up. Excuse me. Is there a Mr. Theris here?
I slowly turn and look and raise my hand.
And you watch he kind of runs over to you and gives you a scroll.
Thank
Sorry
you.
for the late notice.
I realized
I heard as quick as I could.
I give him a silver for the
Oh,
delivery.
no. It's already been paid for. Have a good day.
This is for
And
you and the delivery. Keep it.
Oh, thank you, sir. You open it up. You scored an invitation to this council somehow. Basically sitting where Baron is, not one of the main lords. But apparently, as a even though your kingdom has mostly collapsed, it does still kind of exist. So because you hold your place, they give you a seat and a +1 as well.
I will be taking Theo with me.
Be my honor to assist you, brother.
Oh, this is
All
going
right.
to be boring for the most part, so we can chit chat.
She just smiles. All right, 3 sets of you, and then everyone else is kind of in the upper part. Is there anything else you
yeah.
want to do?
I can't imagine Tanya or Solomon would want to come up. Unless you really want to, for some reason.
Solomon may want to sit in the stands for specific reasons.
Kanye's good either way.
Yep, I want to stay in the stand.
Alright. You wanna...
Tanya would be good in case things go south to be up there to give us Overwatch.
Alright, you wanna come sit with me then?
She smiles and takes hold of your arm.
Alright.
All right, so you guys make your way to the council chambers to meet. First of all, we'll keep going. But how long do you guys want to go tonight?
I am fading fast. I don't know how much longer I can go.
While I would love to go even longer, I've got people showing up at 2 tomorrow afternoon because we're running Christmas home game. So,
Oh no! So you guys want to do like another 30 minutes?
I'm fine with 30. 30
Yeah.
works.
yeah, I'm good.
Up
for
to you
that.
guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. So you guys make your way over there. I need each person, so essentially Theris, Deft, Baron, to roll D100s to see who enters the hall in which order.
7.
One thing before we do depart. Can you do your little clothing trick on me? Hopefully not burn away my clothes this time. For something more appropriate?
Yeah, I can try.
If you're comfortable
Didn't we
with it.
try this before and it like failed horribly?
I think you lost your clothes last time you tried this.
Yeah. You've gotten better at it, right?
Not really.
Okay, maybe another time then.
We'll practice before we send it.
Okay. So as you guys enter in, Theris, you're one of the last groups of people to kind of walk in as you're kind of in the same group of people Baron is with. Baron just happened to be on the other side. Deft, you guys get brought in to a separate area as well. So as you all come in, kind of get settled in and start sitting at your chairs, Deft,
Yes.
you watch as three very interesting people walk in. Very easy to pick out because one looks exactly like your human form.
Oh, I give him a smile and a wave.
Doesn't really seem to acknowledge you, but just kind of gives a kind wave back. He is currently accompanied by a very large individual, and then an individual with longer blue hair.
Blue hair is a little weird. You don't see blue hair a lot.
You've seen this guy before. This is the guy from the bar.
Who is it?
This is the guy who was in the bar that one time. But he's dressed up very nicely. So yeah, it's you. And you watch as he sits down over by where the Alamarn flags are. You're just kind of sitting there with Ari while the rest of the room's filling out.
Or just kind of.
Tess just kind of like looks over at you guys, looks over at them. Kale sitting behind her, just like cracking up hysterically.
Oh yeah, no.
Kale looks confused to an extent. He's like, he looks over at you, then he looks over at you, and he's trying to piece this together, even though he knows.
I also think this is very funny, so I'm not sweating at all. I'm just kind of reveling in this situation.
Mm-hmm. Has everyone in the party seen your human form?
I think so. Yeah.
So then everyone who's up in kind of the audience can also see this going on. Theris, you're probably not too far off from where Baron and Thorkel are.
Now, is there a map on this one?
No, not for this one.
I didn't think so. I was just making sure for chat.
If we need a map on this one, we're in trouble. Right, Deft?
That's how we roll, though.
All right, so it looks like everyone's just waiting on the king. Is there anything you want to do before everything officially starts? You have until I grab a beer from behind me.
Solomon, did you sit next to Patrick?
You in the upper portion?
Yeah, I'm not with Baron. Baron took his
Then-
advisor.
I
Yes.
took Torkel.
Nick failed me. He didn't make me roll a drink roll all night long.
You could compliment his
Listen,
friend.
you didn't ask for one.
I'm gonna cast
you
tongues
go.
on myself before we start. Just in case.
All of your weapons are also taken at the gate.
Mhm.
You can
All
deal
the
with
ones
that in any
they're aware
specific
of.
way. All the ones they're aware of, yes. And yes, you can pull that. You wouldn't separate an old man from his walking stick, would you?
No, mine's. I can keep it inside.
No, I know. But yeah,
Yeah.
so unless you want to hide something, or you just inherently are a weapon, like Patrick, let me know if you want to hide it. Otherwise, you could turn it in, or you could leave it at Tess's.
I assume they wouldn't take my necklace.
Jewelry, no.
Oh, here's a question. Should I smuggle in the monkey?
How are you going to smuggle in the monkey?
They take
I mean, I
the
guess
butterfly
bag of
one.
I have my ways.
They would catch that in, unless you could always try to hide it if you want.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
That's what's in the bag of
Well, no,
holding.
the monkey's not an issue. That was for Solomon.
Oh,
Although Solomon, your armor also does have a built-in weapon.
Yeah, I know. So
Yeah,
how
I
are they
mean,
going to
the
deal?
golden monkey's not a weapon. You could try to bring it in. It's more of How do you bring it in?
I'm not gonna bring in the monkey.
Too soon. Too soon for the monkey.
Well, it's in your bag of holding, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can't imagine I'm bringing my bag of holding in.
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Up to
Unless I
you.
can think of a way to bring it in, I don't
The
think I can
haversack
bring
would be
my
kind of
prison
awkward to
pockets.
bring in, so that's probably not being brought up. But
All right. At this point, you guys
Cal-
hear the
Kalsto.
horns of the king. Mhm.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
So my hammer, if I throw it immediately after the attack hits, it teleports back to my hand.
Mhm.
Could I bring another one of my house dwarves with me, throw it at him, have him like catch and hold it, but then like add a signal, like if there's a lot of commotion and shit goes down, have him hit himself
Do you want an
that the-
R2D2 dwarf?
so that it then teleports back to my hand?
You want an R2D2 dwarf. Yeah.
I
you,
want an
you can just have one that sits nearby and summon it back to your hand.
Okay, perfect.
So you just have like a dwarf sitting out in the hall.
Yeah, and he's holding.
Mhm.
I throw the hammer at him, and he catches it. But he's instructed that if shit goes down, he is to allow the hammer to hit him.
Sure. I wouldn't make you hit him, but this is better, so it's okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll turn to my weapons.
Okay. So the horns go off. The king walks in. King has a very serious look on his face. Last time he had a little bit more of a relaxed demeanor, but I mean, through stress and other things, what would you expect? But yeah, he walks in as they start the meeting proper.
give him a bow.
One stands, bows, sits.
I
King
do-
looks out.
I do no such thing.
It's fine. The king looks out. Please, everyone, sit.
She'll take a seat.
Thank you, everyone, for coming today. Hopefully, this will be quick and we can be on to the point. Before we get into planning, review, and strategy, it looks over. Young Master Deft. Please, motions for you to stand.
Oh, I'm back. I stand up.
Welcome back. Do tell us, what have you discovered in your time here that could aid us in our decision making? We'll also pull up the giant map in the middle. So there's the Frozen North map is basically plastered on the wall.
Kalsto, before we get too deep into this, can you give me a very quick recap of why they are going to war?
You don't know why they're going to war. Basically, the Void Spawn are attacking Curzon. So like they're going into the tunnels beneath it. They're attacking like on the mountains more frequently. And so basically they sent you guys to investigate, weaknesses in the dragon ways to kill these things.
Mhm.
They've been defending, but basically they're learning they can't defend. And so they're going to war because they're beginning to think if they just keep defending against this, that they're going to fail. And it's better to just go on the offensive. So this is basically trying to discern what intelligence you have about these creatures, areas, and events before they make a decision on how they're doing this.
All right. Well, it was certainly nice to make it back in one piece. We did find out quite a bit from our journey through the jungle. We did locate a source of information that I believe will be rather helpful in our battle against the Void Spawn. The dragon in particular has a distinct weakness. It has 8 exterior brains that, if destroyed, will weaken it greatly and also may help in disrupting the hive mind itself. We know where they are located, and I believe launching an offense against the brains in particular would prove to be a very impactful beginning to this.
And they kind of give you like little map markers to go place upon the strategy map.
Yeah, I'll go over. I'll what was my town called?
Which one?
Alamar.
I remember this. No. My winter one.
Cartography.
What was my it was like
Cartographer?
Heron. Was it Heronford?
No, you're thinking of a Carson. Which one are you thinking of?
The one where the brains are.
Oh, it's
Oh.
up by the ship, I believe.
So there's mountains in between Druven and where the ship are. There's like tunnels and things that connect, and they're the brains that you were, to your understanding, are somewhere beneath the ship, though, most likely.
Oh, okay, all right.
We don't have exact locations, but we know like the entry point.
Okay.
Yeah, because the mountain collapsed during your egress last time because there was an explosion.
All right, then I will go into an explanation of where I think they are. I'll mark the map. I'll explain how we have a strategy to disrupt the hive mind specifically that I will not get too deep into quite yet. Let me check my notes real quick. Yeah, no, I'll convey most of the information that we found out for sure.
And then Lord Longcrow, who is one of the higher council members, kind of looks over you. And how do you know that they're here? Do we have any proof, or is this just the intelligence we have? Looks back to you.
Did we have any proof? I don't remember. Did the brain just tell us they were there?
The brain just told us they were there.
I mean, not saying that I don't believe you, but just curious.
We have a reliable source, and it may be one of our best chances to combat the dragon.
Hmm.
Otherwise, any assault against it is fruitless. It's nigh invulnerable.
King looks over to you guys. So what would you suggest? I mean, I can't imagine you could just walk in there and go destroy these things.
Yes, that's where the other part comes in. We have someone who was connected to the hive mind at one point, and using that connection, we could, in theory, disrupt the hive mind as a whole. If we use that and attack simultaneously, I think we could have a rather high success chance of actually getting in and doing what we need to do.
The prince/king from Alamarn looks over at you. But what about those that are already within the caves and mountains? Surely you can disrupt their communication, but can you fight through all of them that are already there?
I just turn to him and smile. Well, we'd need quite a substantial force, most likely, but it is honestly our only option at this point. If we want to take them down, totally. And with the most success, I think this is our only way. And to do that, you have a point. I think we'd need some help.
He kind of looks,
Go
oh, and you shall have our help. Fear not. It's like we plan to deploy, and we'll mark towards Torland. If we base our operations here, this is near the perimeter of the Dragon's patrols. We should be able to defend our troops if we mobilize here. And then from there, we can move out to strike them once you disable these things.
Now, this is a bit unrelated, but brother, I have to ask, why get Alamar involved?
I'm sorry.
What's in it for you?
Well, these things are a threat to the whole world. we don't stop them here, they'll just go further south.
Seems completely honest to me.
Historically, Alamar has had little care for outsiders. What has made that change? You're a very isolated nation.
That's not true. We've had many outreaches to people in our general vicinity. We've put up ways of keeping people warm prior to the freeze dispersing.
And let's say the plague? Didn't you completely isolate for that?
We shared information, but yes, we closed our borders for that, but we still provided weaponry. If you don't not recall, we've provided joint funding for missions between many kingdoms. And we were willing to do so again. Kerrison was in need of supplies and assistance, and it felt like the right thing to do.
Well, in that case, I look forward to working with you.
I'm not the prince my father was. We try to run things a little bit better around here. This is a good start, don't you think?
Interesting start for sure. Interesting. Oh my god. I'm getting sleepy.
Just kind of laughs. We're almost there. We're almost there.
If I might ask, why, Torland? Isn't, Griffin's Rest a dwarven fortress of some kind? Wouldn't that be far more defensible?
King kind of looks over. It's a little bit harder to get our 20,000 troops into. And it's also within range of the dragon's patrol. It'd be a much more difficult fight fighting it within its own territory. Hence why we're deploying from Torland. However, Griffin's Rest is not a horrible place. Good idea. What was your name again, miss?
Ari Candlebright, Your Highness.
Oh, I've heard of you. It's a pleasure. He just smiles.
She gives him a friendly smile and a bow.
King kind of takes this all in. Does anyone else have any other recommendations or information they'd like to bring forward? It's about. All right, if no anyone has anything else to add, I think we have no choice. It sounds like dispersal is the best option. So, he'll look over. We will split our forces. He'll look over Lord Longcrow, Lord Hornswallow, Lord Hammerhand.
I just thought of something. But I'm not on the floor, so I don't know if they'll take anything from up above.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I'll raise a hand.
As he's calling out, he's like, "Oh, yes, Patrick.
What is the time frame on your planned attack?"
We prepare today and deploy tomorrow.
All right, then that is not enough time. Continue.
Kind of nods. And the lesser lords, and looks over to the majority of the other ones. You will gather your men at arms with the main column and there it goes. I don't know why it kicked out. And deploy to Torland to receive Alamarn's troops. Gonna kind of look over at the rest of you. Looks over at Lady Zognot. The Zognots, during this time, will be deployed to the caves beneath the city to guard all tunnels while troops are out in the field. Lord Buckton's troops will be stationed within the city to defend it in case of attack. Lady Zognot seems to have no issue not having to go out to fight. Looks about. Lady Tess, if you'd be so kind to deploy to Torland as well as looks over to Fulman Bane. This will make up the primary line. My troops and Lord Gorbin's troops will deploy up the western mountain range to Griffin's Nest. So the king has about 4,000 troops, and Brannick has about 3,000. So several thousand troops to each one. So essentially, there's two main lines: one going up to Griffin's Rest, and then the others are deploying to Torland. Kind of looks about the room. Issues Lady Tess to Torland. There are also representatives here from Torland and a couple of survivors from Druben as well. Those of your people that remain can deploy to your city as well. It'd be neat to have people that know the area. Lord Baron.
Aye. I stand.
Please. I've chosen a special mission for your troops. Silver. Lady Candlebright is on the right path. I would like for you to accompany your troops to be the vanguard to deploy to Griffin's Rest. Prepare for the arrival of my troops and Lord Brannick's troops. With this, we'll be able to secure and fortify the area in the event of an assault. Plus, the Griffin stock there will help us to offset some of their air superiority when the time comes.
Aye, my lord.
Looks about. Any other thoughts or ideas?
I actually want to stand up.
Yeah.
My lord, I have a request to make of ye.
Yes.
Once Griffin's Rest has been secured and your troops have arrived, I would like to request to personally lead some of my men to help assault the mountain with Deft and Lady Candlebright and the rest of their motley crew.
But of course, our goal will be to position at Griffin's Rest, fortify it, find a way to proceed forward. If they attack, we at least have Griffin's Rest to hold. And then our other flank can approach once we've determined that it is safe or we've dealt with the dragon. Besides, we also have our conjurations that will be able to be deployed from Torland as well.
I will nod and sit back down.
I have one slight concern.
Yes. Jeff?
Deploying so many forces away from Curzon might leave the city vulnerable. What safeties will we take to ensure the protection of the city itself?
Well, the city guard will remain in place and guard much of what they've been guarding recently, the people, the stores. Lord Buckton's troops, 1,700 strong, will be guarding the upper city. And the Zognots, 2,800 strong, will be guarding the lower city in the tunnels.
I don't don't really trust the Zognots, but I'm not going to say that here.
They're also under the city.
Yeah. I'll just nod at that, sit back down.
Very well. You all have your orders? We depart upon the morrow. Smacks down his hammer. Thea looks over to you. That's a quick meeting.
Told you it would be uneventful and probably boring. But you never know.
All right, so people kind of start swarming out of there, getting their stuff ready. The king looks over to you, Deft. Just hold on a minute, though.
Of course.
And to Baron motions the four of you over.
How can we be of help, Your Highness?
And look, when you are ready to deploy, we actually have a different way of getting to Griffin's Rest. A little bit faster and more secure. Bring your troops in the morning. And kind of looks at his chart. I show you have 75 men at arms.
Aye.
It should be suitable enough. All right, we'll get your soldiers ready and bring them in. We will deploy you there in the morning.
While this was going on, if she's able to do it without a lot of issue, when I asked, leaned over and do you think you have the ability to discreetly put a spell on me that allows me to see everything's true form? Basically asking her to cast True Sight.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that specifically... I'm just going to try to think. Hold on.
Things that may be invisible or that may change their shape, a way to make sure to see their true form.
Just think about it, but with a 94, nothing comes.
Okay.
I'll try harder.
Oh, no. I didn't know if you had the ability or not. I was just asking. You, I'm sure, have a lot to learn and figure out.
Yeah. So they all depart from the meeting, go back to their spaces. So you have one day before you guys deploy. First thing in the morning, is there anything you want to plan, prepare, or talk to, or people you want to come? Leah should be arriving at some point today, too.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind
Just about to say.
Some of those Alamar mages. If they've got a teleport that can teleport a lot of people, I wouldn't mind learning how to do that.
Solomon wants to see if he can get his hands on a full logistics list.
For which specifically?
The whole operation.
Yeah. I mean, it's displayed on the map, too, so you can kind of draw it down and put it on your guys's. So essentially, the primary amount of the forces will go to Torland. A smaller but large force will go up the mountain ranges towards Griffin's Rest, where you guys will be teleporting to enforce and deploy. And then essentially, once those 2 points are taken, we figure out our next move.
I would like to do something.
Sure. What do you want to do?
I would like to use Commune.
The bear. Sure.
I get 3 yes/no questions. I have 1.5 questions. Does anybody else have a question they would like for me to include?
Before I do have a question, but not related to that. Give me just a second. Do I have time to take the dogs out, or are you about to wrap?
We're gonna wrap in probably the next 10 minutes here.
Okay, I'm taking dogs out. Be right back.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, is going to the ship right now a bad idea?
Okay, see, that was my half question. All right. Okay, so my first question to Brel is
do you think the mages would be happen to teaching me a thing or two?
Is that a question that you want me to ask Brell? Or were you talking to Deft?
She was talking to Daft. I mean, you can ask Brell.
Will the Alamarn mages teach me how to do the cool teleport spell? Not likely. No. Magic people.
Answer unclear. Try again. Okay, so my first question: can the Zognots be trusted to perform? Let me specify to perform their role in this mission.
You get the feeling from Bro, because he can't call followers icky, but you do get the sense he trusts them to kind of do their job.
But not go above and
Because
beyond.
they're basically defending their own stuff, more or less. They have to defend everyone's stuff, but essentially,
Yeah. Well,
that
they
comes
also
with
are like
defending
one
that.
of the lower houses too, right? Like they
No,
have
they're
tunnels that go way
they've moved.
deep.
Oh, as far as an elevation, they're a higher level, but their minds go very deep.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
They also
go
have
pretty
the
deep.
most magic users.
Okay.
They directly benefit in aiding
Okay.
Gerson.
So they'll defend the city and not get up to any shenanigans, but they're not gonna not take advantage of it.
You should ask if
Okay.
Alamarn being here is trustworthy.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, I can answer that one. No, definitely not.
So I'll ask Brell. I'll ask Brell anyways. Can we trust Alarmon? How am I pronouncing that right?
Alamarn.
Alamarn.
Alarmon. Can we trust? Or no? Let me change that up. Does Alarmon intend to betray us?
In the long run,
Get there, you get a kind of, I don't think so, but with uncertainty.
Okay.
Because the kingdom of Alamarn doesn't necessarily intend to do anything for its people. There might be a couple of bad eggs in there, though.
That's a good point.
But I guess that would, indicate that he's not really certain of the ruler.
Could be, yeah. All right, my final question is an assault on the ship, on the mountain and the ship at this time. Oh man, how do I want to word this?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What I don't know, how should I describe this? I don't want to say like is it possible, because the answer is like yeah, it's obviously possible. I don't know, I need some help here.
Is it likely?
Yeah, is it likely to succeed? Do we have like a good chance to succeed? Like what's a good way to word that? Oh, how about this? Is an assault on the mountain and the ship in our favor at this time?
Bro, has
Consulting
to
the
roll a
magic 8
dice.
ball. Consulting the 8 ball. Ask again later.
You just kind of get this sense from Brell. It's like an enthusiastic, brave uncertainty.
The best kind of uncertainty.
It's almost like that sense of duty feeling. Like you don't get the feeling it's going to be easy, but you get the sense it's a righteous thing to do.
It's not a suicide mission.
Brell will be with us.
Many of us will die.
Is this the speech you give your man?
I give the Lord Farquaad speech. Many of you will die.
That is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
In the name of Brell.
You go to Lady Tess's after the meeting, or you go check your men first? Because no, I don't think the party's been to your estate.
I don't think they
No, we
have.
have
Yeah.
not.
They're welcome to join me. I am going to check in on everyone. Make
Your
sure.
men are doing drills at the moment. You have 5 teams of 15. And when you get there, you see one of the teams is missing one person. And after a couple minutes, you see Tharkle come out in his combat gear and joins in with the exercises.
Ah, a true warrior, just as much as he is a scholar.
Yes, so the dwarves you put in charge of your companies. You have Brindar Stronghammer Squadron. You have Gilda Ironhelm Squadron. Curran Emberforge. Thorkel Forgehand. And Thraned Stoneheart. Those are your captains of your 15-man teams.
Aye.
So they're all readying and doing drills. They're distributing kind of the armor they've had, the new shields Lady Tess gave them. Not all of them are. Everyone trains in combat, but not all of them are like full-time soldiers. Like Thorkel's in there.
Yeah. I'll give them all a quick speech to get to get their spirits up, and then I will have Thorkel organize, making sure everyone is ready and basically knows what we're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna probably go over to Lady Tess's with everyone else for a bit, and then come back over, and I'm gonna stay with my men, and that way I'm with them in the morning when we're ready to march.
Easy enough. So you guys spend a little bit of time there, go back to Tess's to formulate and do all of your plans. As you guys arrive at Lady Tess's, you see Ardella running across the courtyard crying.
Oh.
Ardella?
Doesn't stop, just like runs into the house.
Can I go see where she was running from?
You look over, it looks like she's running away from her mom.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, head over to Tess.
She's just kind of like wiping a tear
Okay.
away from her cheek.
It's
Oh
okay,
no.
Mommy.
It will be, yes. She's less than enthusiastic that I'm leaving.
Yep. That was an easy guess.
Hopefully, this will be the last adventure for a while.
Something tells me this one's important, anyways.
Just make sure to make it back.
Don't kill them all before we get there. And you watch as like she's not armoring up, but she's getting like all of her weapons and out.
Oh, Deft, what happened to the... Did you say you're picking up someone from your basement?
Oh
There is a new man there.
Yeah, it's it all worked out. It's fine now.
You've noticed there's an older humanoid who's about here now too. He's probably out and about at this point.
Yep.
How's he looking?
He looks weaker, but like he's up, he's walking around, he's like having a cup of coffee. Don't you worry, Lady Tessia. I'll be remaining here. I may be old, but I still have some oomph left in me. That little one will be nice and safe.
Why did you have him in your basement?
Oh, he was stealing my magical power.
What? Yeah, pretty much.
Not directly, though. It was more of his court wizard. No, really not. It's really a complicated story. But yes, no. Hi, pleasure. Balthazar, ex-god of magic. Pleasure to meet you.
Solomon.
Huh. And he kind of gives you this look. He just kind of smiles a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure to meet you, Solomon. He's like, why don't,
Okay.
he's like, why don't you go and hang out with Ardell. I think she's going to be very sad that some of you are leaving. Besides, she's going to be stuck with me. How boring will that be? Kids your own age are the ones you really need to talk to.
Take the box off Solomon. That's like a child. I will enter the house at least.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's just like sitting on the porch drinking coffee. He's like, we called Grandpa to watch while everyone's at war. He's a dragon. I mean, at least he can protect her if he's there. So it will be Ardella at the house. The other reason she's upset is Kale's going as well.
Mm-hmm.
You just watch Kale come up in his full armor. He walks over next to you, Deft. Ready, boss.
It'll be good to fight alongside you, bud.
Someone's got to keep you out of trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, I have been trying. You are in for such a hard.
At this point, you just hear this semi-grumpy voice from the front of the room. The trouble, I told you they haven't changed at all. As you see Jason and Leah in the doorway.
Jason, yeah. She'll go give Leah a hug.
Oh, hello, dear.
Ah, it's the broody one and the only competent one.
You didn't return our call many times, dear.
Oh, I assure you I did. Many more times than I intended.
Good to see
Oh,
you.
Leah, good to see you. You see Thea saying hi to you.
Thea, pleasure
Are
to
you helping
see
with this
you
as well?
again. Unfortunately, yes, I have been dragged into this.
Oh, it's so good. And you watch as she like almost blinks in front of you, trying to just like run over to hug you. Oh, sorry about that. Really new. Gives you a hug.
I just give Theris like a confused but interested look.
Just
Give Thea a
smile.
hug.
You look around, you have a lot of people.
Well, shouldn't just spend the night in quiet solitude? How about we go out for some drinks?
Aye.
Jason's like, looks over at Leah. See, I knew I missed them for a reason.
Roll
He
my
has his
eyes.
mind blank on him, assuming yes.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
every day.
All right. So you gather up your massive group of people. So hold on, let's see. Who do we have right now? So in total, well, Balthazar's at the house. So Lady Tess isn't going with you guys, but Lady Tess is present. Deft, Patrick, Solomon, Ari, Tanya, Bairn, Pets, Oak, we got Theris, Kale, Leah, and Jason. A lot of folks. All right. So they go that way. Anything else any of you want to complete tonight for next week?
I do have one thing that I need to do, but it's not very important, so anyone else can go first.
She wants to learn that spell, but I don't think one day is sufficient time to potentially learn that. But yeah, after a little while of being social, do you think it'd be a good idea if I asked the mages, or are they like super secretive of their stuff?
Alamard's mages? No, that's I wouldn't recommend that.
Well, sure, I can figure it out. How hard can it be to teleport a whole army, right?
All it takes is a little extra magic, probably.
At this point, you guys also watch as a line of dwarfs starts walking up to the front gate.
Oh.
and they are all holding flowers, like big sets of flowers. Is there a Miss Candlebright?
Yep.
Oh, I think they're for you.
And you watch as they just like bring all these big giant flower displays over next to you.
Thank you. What are all these for?
Oh, delivery. And gives you a letter. It's got an Alamarn seal on the envelope.
A bit confused, she'll go ahead and take a look.
It's a thank you gift from Alamarn, signed King Oliver.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning over her shoulder on this one.
I think this is from your brother.
Just kind of smiles.
I thought it would be funny to call him that, but it's not funny. I have cool brothers.
No, like, this is from Oliver.
That was his name.
Oh, okay. Never. What was? I thought it was the assassin's name.
He went by Oliver too. He was his double. They look the same.
Okay, so wait, both you and your middle brother went by Oliver?
No. We would swap places sometimes. He would pretend to be me, so he would call himself Oliver. What was his name?
Okay.
I have his character.
Edgar.
Yeah. Edgar's
Okay,
his
then-
actual name. Oliver is his. When you guys first met him, he went by Oliver because he was pretending to be deaf.
This is certainly unexpected.
Is that all it says? Just like a thank you note?
Yeah, it's basically like thank you and looking forward to working with you more closely.
Well, this should be interesting.
I'm curious what this is going to lead.
I finish up making a chain shirt from the pieces of the creatures.
Sure.
Ain't gonna be great. I can't use it, but I can make it at least.
Yeah. Should at least probably provide some acid resistance.
Yep.
All right, Baron, what did you have?
I just need to lean over to Deft. So at some point after Solomon gets treated like a child, and I just whisper to Deft, "I think we need to drink for that one."
You motherfucker. I approve. Oh, that's great.
All right, so as this new band of adventurers goes off to ready their day before to head out, we'll pause there for tonight and we'll pick up next Friday.
All right.
Thank you for
Last
running.
Friday game of the year.
Yep.
Ooh.
A
All
New
right, have
Year's
a nice
special.
night, guys.
Thank
Not
you
gonna
for
have
running, sir.
one
Thank you, everybody who
on the
joined.
29th?
DM Brig will be out of town tomorrow, so there will be no Saturday game. Should be good for the weekend after, unless things come up. No games this Saturday or this Sunday or next Sunday either because of the holidays. So that will pick up after first of the year. Thank you everyone who hung out. It's very appreciated. Be sure to check out Rumble and YouTube for replays. Likes and follows are always appreciated there. And if we don't see you between now and then, have a very Merry Christmas and hope everybody's safe and gets lots of good food and lots of good presents. Night, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everyone.
And hang on, I'll find us someone
Good
ready.
night.